Larissa, do you want to say anything? Because we're making a little video.
Oh.
No, you don't have to.
I'm
Just
not really prepared.
The video
of Leonard's talk. I also, we're here today to hear Leonard Eisenberg talk about his photo collages. And he won an honorable mention at our artistic competition.
Well, thank you so much.
And here's Leonard.
Thank you. So I happen to live very close to the Morgan Library. And so I see it very often. And I notice, if you see this picture here, done by John Connors, you can see that the library itself has a beautiful exterior. It's just really, really nice. But I had gone inside the library. I said, how can they call it a library? When I look at the exterior, all these buildings have beautiful exteriors, but I wanted to show the interior. But at the same time, one of the most exciting pictures I felt I ever took near the library was this picture of the gate with the shadows, which is protecting the books, right? And this gate here, which is in the front, is also protecting the front of the library. And then I thought that the steps with these incredible little sculptures, and is this technically a lion?
It's a lioness.
Lioness.
Female.
That they give you skin, that if you look at them properly, you get this incredible eye contact, and you feel like it's really happening. So I wanted to include them, but I couldn't help but actually also include the interior to see the actual library. But it's so magnificent. And so what's interesting also is that my favorite part of the building I wanted to try to keep. So I had these guys up here flying through the air. I'm not even sure if they are guys, but...
Probably Griffin.
And what is that? What is that?
Griffin, I think they're Griffin.
Well, the bottom line also was that I know that and I saw it inside, so I went inside the building, and down below they have the sculpture of William Shakespeare, which is like insane, because I didn't know, what does William Shakespeare have to do with it? Of course, some of his work must be in the library, and also I noticed that there was some paintings inside I really liked, so I wanted to show that, and I believe this is a painting of one of the Morgan people. And one of their wives or something was also
or something,
or somebody, and that there was a section.
We know about that.
There's a special section with the most valuable books that are hidden, because I think that everybody knows that the Morgan Library has 3 of the most expensive, well-known Bibles in the world.
Gutenberg Bible.
Gutenberg, like at least 2. I'm not sure if they're 3. And they're of course you can't see them, but they're hidden away. So basically, and then I saw the great ceiling paintings, and so I brought one down just to see that. And I call it, this young lady is there all the time, ready to give you a book. And so she's in the corner, and I'm not sure if she was a nun or whoever it was just has a book in hand and ready to give it to you. So that was kind of like why I had it opened up. And it's so interesting seeing, I was thinking of ultimately of maybe putting columns in and doing it differently and seeing more of the exterior, getting rid of this and doing it a whole different way. But I thought this was kind of nice because you walk in there and you see this incredible library. And then technically speaking, there was interesting that I got to use different lenses for different sections of the collage. And so I had this very, very high resolution lens, and I had done this picture of the interior like a year ago with a very special lens, so technically you can almost see every single book with that lens. When some of the pictures that we take, we use phones all the time. And so you say, well, what's the difference between a picture taken with a phone versus a picture taken with a fine camera? Is it going to make much difference? And in final print, it does when you blow it up. When you enlarge it, you can see the difference. And that's important. Like, for example, I believe that the William Shakespeare picture was taken with an iPhone, when this other picture was taken with a $4,000 Sony camera, you know, and a $3,000 lens, as opposed to just a, so the combination is kind of interesting. And so that's the Pierpoint Library, which I don't spell very well, but and so that's basically what I would say about this. But if you have any questions about it, let me have any questions. Yes?
I have a comment. I really like this one a lot. I like all your collages, but the Pierpoint Library is an interior landmark also. I'm glad you did the interior, because none of the landmarks are usually just the exterior, which is protected. Usually the interior is not protected. But in this case, it is a protected space, and it's, they don't
so
have...
that's, you're saying technically speaking, I was saying, technically speaking, that the Pierpoint isn't one of the landmarks that are protected?
The interior,
but the exterior is.
The exterior is and the interior is, and it's rare. There's only like...
Oh, so it's unusual.
It's rare to have.
But it's fortuitous that you chose to do the inside because it's also a landmark.
Yeah, well, that was another real, I have to say, challenge in all the collages, was if I have just the exterior, am I going to be able to do the collage without having some part of the interior? And that's why, and I'll show you that the church, the Church of the Nativity, is that, I don't know if I say that right, that particular picture, I had to go inside. I had to go inside because it just seemed like you have to go inside to see some buildings. But when I'll show you, when I think we should do it next, maybe the Roosevelt home, for example. I mean, even when Eleanor and Franklin were living there, they made fun of the place because they called it, they call it the 14-foot mansion or something.
Right.
That it was like a kind of an absurd little small place, and the interior wasn't that significant. But I think I really appreciate the comment on that, and thank you so much for allowing me to hang it here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can you move our chairs?
Yeah.